guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we jump into the video, I want to let you guys know that I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So there's going to be a link in the description box if you would like to submit any burning questions you may have, and I will be doing a Q&A in the future. For today's video, we're going to be doing my makeup, but we are going to be mixing up the brushes. I know there's a few other YouTubers who have done this challenge. I'm not exactly sure who started it. For this video, I'm going to be using the app Tiny Decisions. I'll link that in the description box. So I went and I made like a little choice wheel, and it's got all of the different brushes I would normally use in my makeup routine. I also included hands because I apply my primer with my hands, and sponge because that's how I always put on my concealer. So we've got two things that aren't like really brushes, but that's okay. For my first step of my makeup routine is face primer. So we're gonna go ahead and give our wheel a spin. Don't mind the crack in my iPad, I need to get it fixed. All right, and it looks like we're gonna be using a blending brush. Here's our blending brush. Here's my primer. I don't like this. Do I have to put it directly on the brush? I think I'm gonna like put it on my face and then we'll go in with the brush.
All right, so here we are applying my primer. I didn't think anybody would want to watch this in real time, so we went ahead and sped it up. Using this brush was actually one of the easier steps, as you guys will soon see when we get a little bit further.
All right, I think that's all blended, so let's move on to the next step. Next step is going to be foundation. We'll just give our wheel another spin. Ooh, we get to use the sponge for foundation.
All right, here I go just applying my foundation. I normally apply it with this Real Technique sponge that I'm using. It's probably my preferred way to put on foundation. I've tried to use a brush a couple of times, but I just find that it never blends well and doesn't look very nice. So I'm definitely happy I got the sponge.
Now that foundation is all applied, we're going to move on to concealer. And to apply my concealer, we are using a powder brush. I got my powder brush and my concealer.
All right, now we've moved on to concealer and we're just applying that. That brush was very pokey to try to use under my eyes. I also tried to squish the brush a little bit to get it in a better shape to use, but I don't know how well that worked in the end for me.
Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get it. We're gonna go ahead and move on to my eyebrows. So we're gonna be using a foundation brush for my eyebrows. I just put a little bit of my eyebrow pomade on the back of my hand.
I really wanted to use a spoolie for my eyebrows, but I figured it would be cheating since it wasn't on my wheel. I also tried to squish this brush like I did with the last one to try to get a better shape to do my eyebrows.
Okay, I feel like that's as good as we're gonna get. I just realized I forgot to powder my face, so we're gonna do that now. And to powder my face, we are using an eyebrow brush.
This brush was way too small for me to try to powder my entire face, so I focused mainly on my under eyes and around my nose. Not that it mattered because my under eyes already creased.
We're gonna move on to the next step, which is going to be like contour, bronzer, that step. And we are get to use a flat brush.
I tried very hard to make this bronzer blend on my face, but because I hadn't set it, I don't think that was helping the situation, being we were already using this flat brush. So enjoy the nice bronzer lines.
Next, we're gonna move on to blush, and we're using my hands to apply my blush.
It felt so wrong to rub my fingers on my blush like this.
Looks great. We're gonna move on to highlighter, and we are using a lip brush.
Using the smaller brush worked a little bit better than I thought it was going to, but when it came to my cheekbones, I just couldn't get it to blend no matter what I tried.
Moving on to our next step, which is going to be eyeshadow. I'm going to use two different brushes, one for my crease and one for my lid. So for my crease, we are using my highlighter brush.
I tried to clean my highlighter brush out before this, but I really wouldn't be surprised if there's still some shimmers in my crease.
For my sparkly color on the lid, we're going to use a bronzer brush.
Here I'm using my so-called technique of squishing the brush to try to apply the product to a smaller area than what the brush size really is.
We have two choices left on the wheel. We have the blush brush and a mascara wand. Next up is mascara. So this is either going to go really well or not well at all. But isn't that the whole video? We're going to use the blush brush to apply my mascara.
I put some of the mascara on the back of my hand and just dip my brush on it to try to get it on my eyelashes. Oh, we can't forget the bottom ones there.
We'll spin the wheel just to get the result. For my lipstick, we get to use the mascara wand.
Here I just used the tip of the mascara wand to apply the lipstick to my lips.
Here's the final look. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to ask me a question for my Q&A video, the link will be in the description box below. Also, if you'd like to check out my TikTok and you have not already, it's @AliciaHiller, the same as it is here on YouTube. There'll also be a link for that in the description box. All right, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night or rest of your day or wherever you are.